What is up, Moose Knuckles? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for you. This time it's going to be Major League Baseball for Tuesday, August the 24th. Game's going to be played between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Current betting spread is Diamondbacks minus 110, total 8.5. So I dropped the O's team total, 3.5 over from Friday's video. Drops these vids to 24 and 13, plus 9.8U. It was nice to bounce back, though, cashing both of my looks from the two live shows this weekend. Rockies first 5 under from Saturday and full game over on Sunday. The Sunday win was a bit of a dramatic one late, so it's always nice to land those. Regardless, we're going to aim to build on momentum here. Also, don't forget Thursday's vid this week for Friday, or I guess it'll be for Saturday, will be college football. So no more MLB for me on Thursday nights for Friday. But either way, still got the MLB show rocking for a few more weeks until NFL starts. And yeah, look, college football is practically here. All right, so let's get on with this play. So these are two teams that have actually bet on a lot of games this season, whether it's been like team totals, first 5, full game totals. And here we are as they match up together. And again, I bet the Diamondbacks 2 different games, or 2 games on 2 different days against the Rockies in terms of totals this past weekend. Surface level speaking for this one, though, backing Madison Bumgarner first 5 or the D-backs first 5 would seem like an easy bet, but I actually like the first 5 under more here. First 5 under 4.5, minus 115. Bet MGM in New Jersey is the play here. I'm going to start with Bumgarner, who's in the middle of some kind of pitching stretch and now draws this Pittsburgh lineup who lets down a lot more than they actually come through. 7 straight outings of 2 earned or less for Madison Bumgarner and 6 out of 7 quality starts. He now draws the Pirates, who have a few guys that can burn him. But Bumgarner, he may have a bad start or 2 coming, and of course it could come here. But this Pirates lineup has been so forgiving this season to opposing pitchers, but Bumgarner would probably be the easy cap here for many, as I mentioned. But I don't really like that side all that much. JT Brubaker, on the other end, is in the middle of an awful stretch of pitching, but maybe we cut him some slack. 20 runs in his last 14 innings. And look, who against, right? Dodgers, Cardinals, Reds. I personally could forgive him for that. He'll draw a D-backs lineup here that sure has some names in it. But, for the most part, doesn't do much outside of their ballpark or Coors Field. Let's not forget, this team is 15 and 47 away from home. Likely for a reason. Their bullpen is one of those reasons. But they also do go through scoring droughts. And this makes sense as a get-right spot for Brubaker, who does have a 4.14 home ERA. Home runs, though, are his biggest issue by far. And honestly, not a whole lot scares me from the D-backs in that category. Again, especially away from home. Lineups-wise, D-backs certainly have a bit of a lineup edge, but it's really not all that much. If you don't believe me, just peek the Pirates lineup from tonight in the Diamondbacks game or last night, depending when you're watching. It's really not that bad. Now with that said, both teams relatively lack power. This is important here because while PNC Park in Pittsburgh is more of a neutral park in terms of runs, it's certainly tough to get balls out. 25th worst park in baseball in terms of home runs. Again, my big concern here is the home run ball with these 2 pitchers, especially Brubaker. Brubaker can keep balls in the park. I feel really good about this first 5 under. It's easy to say, right? As long as there's no home runs, it probably goes under. But you'll see pitchers, right? They just go through stretches where they give up a ton of hits. Brubaker's just a guy that gives up a lot of home runs. I'm also concerned about on Bumgarner and how well he's pitched of late. And if it has any relevance to this line, it doesn't make sense to me if it doesn't, because it wouldn't open 8.5 if it did. If this total, for instance, opened 7.5, to me that would be a little too much in favor of how well Bumgarner's pitched. But I do believe on the other end that Brubaker is helping this aspect to it. But again, at the end of the day, keeping balls in this park is going to be critical. These are 2 teams just do not often pile up string hits, despite this first 5 total being 4.5. Basically a run an inning. Now, motivation is always a question mark, right, when you back teams like this that have really nothing to play for. But I'd argue these 2 starting pitchers aren't lacking motivation. Bumgarner's aiming to finish this year in strong fashion to prove his value moving forward, especially as he's getting older. Now, Brubaker is still a fairly young guy as he tries to prove he belongs in the majors. You look at Brubaker's advanced numbers, again, outside of his home run problems, he's not that bad at all. But that's the high variance part of baseball, right? In his last 14 innings, he's given up 7 home runs. I like this spot for him, though, for him to right the ship. And I could be wrong. I had 28 home runs to date from Brubaker. Again, the high variance stat, and he's doing super poor in it. Look, I'm not sitting here telling you Brubaker's a Cy Young, but I'm just saying he's not as bad as his surface ERA shows. Now, weather expects to be warm in this park tomorrow night or again tonight, depending when you're watching. But, no wind to help out and relatively low humidity. 90 degrees is not fun for an under, and that's what it'll be in this park tomorrow. But again, not sure how relevant this really is at PNC. If there was wind blown out, I guess that would help as well, but it won't be. Overall here, this total is about at least a half run too high for the first 5. I think Brubaker's recent game logs are helping push this to this opener of 8.5. But regardless, this bet is likely going to come down to home runs. We get 1 or 2 or less, this bet is super live. We get 3+, and yeah, we'll likely be ripping up our slips. But I think these guys can help us keep us under that home run number, and it really should be 4 here, not 4.5. Also, D-backs rarely win road games, and yet are a pick'em versus the Pirates. So for those that are blindly looking at this going, oh, I'm just going to bet the Diamondbacks behind Bumgarner, who's pitching awesome, and Brubaker's not. Again, keep in mind, D-backs don't really win road games. But again, for me, the under makes a lot more sense. I do want to avoid the bullpens here for some obvious reasons. But again, first 5 under 4.5 runs. Got that -115 bet MGM in New Jersey. May the odds be ever in our favor. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope a tree falls through your garage. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on the vid. And always let me know who you're betting for tomorrow's slate or tonight's slate. Now, the third time I've already mentioned it in this video. And you guys know, comment section, super warm water. Don't be afraid to dive in. Also, again, no one likes silent stalkers. If you've been watching these videos and you enjoy them, not only like them, but comment, say hello to your boy. We'll have content lined up on this channel all week. Major League Baseball, golf, tennis, NFL season previews, and yes, college football. I'll be back tomorrow talking PGA with the DFS crew. So until then, be sure to gamble responsibly. Stay safe, folks, and thanks again for watching.